All right, you guys, we are on happy December 19th, a few days before Christmas. Whether or not you celebrate, or if you do, it is all good. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season, holiday season, happy Hanukkah, happy New Year, all the things in between. Just hopefully whatever you guys are doing this time of year, you guys are having an amazing time with your family. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, I'm going to have somebody bring us out on the field. Kuhn, I'll come to you in a couple minutes, bro. I know that you're getting your fitness on, but I wanted to talk to you in a couple minutes. But Felisa, you are there. Your camera is on. Felisa, we always have somebody in group coaching bring the team out on the field. That means that, hey, you're in the tunnel, you're about to go out on the field, it's game day, you're about to play soccer, about to play football, about to play whatever, and you're bringing the team out on the field. So there's no pressure at all with this little piece, but I'm going to have you bring the team out on the field, Felisa, on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. So hit us with it.
Out on the field right now, I just say I'm glad everyone's here. The hard part is actually getting up and getting started, and I'm glad everyone's here. So make sure we have our checklist, look what we need to do, and let's just get this day started.
I love it. I love it. Felisa, was somebody in your household sick? Did you say the kids were sick?
Yes, I had all three of the kids sick at different times. So for like a whole week, someone was sick at home.
Man, I'll tell you what, let me ask a quick question. How many people have been sick in the last month or know somebody in their circle that is sick? This has been the worst. I mean, I got it hard, and it hit me harder than it hit me when I had COVID, which I dodged for over 2 years. So everyone stay healthy. If that means grabbing that mask off and dusting it off and putting it back on when you're out in public, then do what you got to do. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get rolling. I saw a couple things this morning. I wanted to share it with you. And I read this, and it said, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials. And I absolutely resonated with that, because that's how I look at each of you, that that you cannot create a diamond without pressure. There is no deed in life so impossible that you cannot do it. Your whole life should be lived as a heroic deed. I'll tell you what, when you guys look at your life and everything that you've created, the milestones that you've accomplished, the growth that you have displayed over the years in your life, I think it's really powerful to really celebrate those small wins. I was with Vanessa on Saturday, and they're having, her and Michael Spivey did pictures with the Grinch. It's really cute, just a small little setup, and they were having people, someone professionally wrap Christmas presents, and I thought it was just the coolest little event, tons and tons of activity. And Vanessa reminded me of that. She's like, just, we have to celebrate our small wins. And I wanted to turn it over to Kuhn this morning just for a quick minute. So I didn't know that Kuhn went through this crazy weight loss journey, and I saw some pictures of him yesterday, and I was like, what? Like, I saw him, I was like, I didn't even recognize him, how chubby his face was, how chubby he was in general. Yeah, unrecognizable. Steffi, like, I was like, there's no way this is my boy Kuhn, because if you know Kuhn and if you've ever met him, super, super sharply dressed. He's thin. He looks like he's fit. He looks like he works out. And like, to see that story. So Kuhn, I wanted to ask you, I know you're busy, bro, but this is perfect setting because you're in the place that has changed your life probably. So I want to ask you, Kuhn, what are some of the things that you went through? But before we get there, at what point in your life did you say, you know what, like, no longer, I'm going to make a change, I'm going to make a commitment? We want to know, I specifically want to know, like, what did you go through in order to do the things that you have done and lose the weight that you've lost, man? Let's go. I want to hear from you.
Good morning, team. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I started my journey because a couple years ago, I got diagnosed with gout. So I'm really young, and being diagnosed with gout is like, ooh, damn. I had to think about it real quick, and then it was like, it's forever, And then I was like, the only thing is, like, with my weight and obesity, it's not gonna help it. So made the decision to really push myself to go to the gym every day and really just staying consistent and never gave up. And I I'll go to the gym like 5 to 7 times a week, like even no breaks, just to reach my goal. It's like you gotta set goals for yourself, but it's what you do to reach those goals.
So cool. So let me ask you this, man, for the people
Yeah.
that don't know what gout is or what that does,
Uh-huh.
it's something that sounds like you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So when you started this journey, like how much weight have you lost since then? And how do you feel about how far that you've come?
I was at my heaviest around 215 pounds, and now I'm around 170. So I have lost 45 pounds, and I think my goal is to reach another, like lose probably another 5 pounds, but gain more muscle. So lose fat, body fat percentage, and just gain more muscle overall. And I fell in love with the gym journey, and I'm gonna just keep pushing myself.
Cool. I love this. Let me ask you a question, man. How do you
Hmm.
correlate this to how you're approaching your business? Right? When you think about
Um,
everything that you've done, how do you correlate that to your business?
yes. So as long as you know what you're doing and don't give up and keep pushing yourself to the best of your abilities, anything is possible. Anything, really. Like you just gotta put in the work, and you'll see the results.
Man, and let me ask you this. Before you started your journey, you show up as a very confident dude. I think you got,
I wasn't. I
yeah,
wasn't. I
yeah,
for
like
sure wasn't. I
you got
was not
swag.
confident at all. I
Okay.
was not confident at all. I just went in there, and as I kept going, as I keep seeing results, that's when I got confident, and that's when I kept pushing myself even harder because I know what it came with, and I know it's possible.
Man, I absolutely love this. So Kuhn, I know that you're working out, bro. But I had texted him earlier, asked him to speak on this conversation. So let's give him some love on the screen. Let's give him some emojis. Let's give him some light. I'm super, super proud of you, man. And you can
Thank
go
you,
ahead and
thank
mute
you.
yourself. And I just appreciate you chiming in. And I know that, tons of people resonate with this. I'll tell you what, you guys, as we move into the new year and you're looking at your life, you're looking at all your goals, you're looking at your KPIs and your metrics and all the things that you want to do in order for you to have the financial goals reached in 2023. Well, a huge part of that needs to be mind, body, and soul, right? If you are not giving back to your stuff, you will not have the vitality, you will not have the strength, you will not have the energy to do the things that you need to do in this business. I don't know if you guys watched that video that I posted earlier, and it was a UConn basketball coach for the women's basketball team. He's giving them a speech, and he said that I'm not here to coach you on effort and energy. I shouldn't have to do that. You guys are all champions, and I resonated with that because it's not my job to coach you guys on energy and effort. I don't need to say, hey, Kuhn, go out and give this energy and effort and greet the day. I'm not here to motivate you guys. I'm here to support you guys. And I really resonated with that. And so you guys, if you want the level of energy that you're going to need to carry you through this next couple of years, to carry you through life in general, I'll tell you what, it's going to be mind, body, and soul. Because I promise you, at 43 years old, I'm in better physical condition than I was at 33 years old, just because I made some lifestyle choices. Now, my hope is when I'm 53, I'm still rocking, I'm still feeling good, and I'm still healthy. And so, Kuhn, I love it. Other people have been on weight loss journeys. Pamela Spivey, 100 pounds in 1 year. Look at George Martinez, used to be in the 400s. I mean, it's just incredible to see. Felicia, you said that you're going to be on a weight loss journey. So hats off to everybody that has taken that on in their life. And Kuhn, I really, really appreciate it, bro. When I saw you yesterday, I was like, there's no way that is Kuhn with your glasses on and everything. So shout out to you, and let's go ahead and get rolling. You guys, what I want to do today is I want to talk about a heightened consumer experience. We've touched on this briefly in the past, but we have tons of people from all different walks of life, from all different real estate experience levels. And so I think it's important that we're sharing and that we're contributing. We have people on the team on the call right now that are our top producers amongst 370 agents on the team. And then we have new people that have just gotten into their first contract. And then we have everything in between. So there's a great melting pot of information here. And so what I wanted to do, so I want to ask you guys about consumer experiences and enhanced consumer experiences. As you move forward in this business, you're going to want to make sure that you have some clear delineation in what you do and what you offer a consumer. You should not be the same as every single other person that just comes by, does a listing appointment, brings a stack of paper like this, and it's the same exact style. What I want to ask you guys is, what are you doing to give a heightened consumer experience? And I've broken it down into 4 categories. Lead conversion, meaning when you get a lead, you get off the call with them, you book an appointment. What is the very next thing that you do? How do you instantly create a consumer experience that is vastly different from somebody that just called into Redfin, met that person at the property, and now just opened the doors and became a showing agent? So first category is lead conversion. What are you doing to create a heightened consumer experience as soon as you receive a lead? Your buyer's consultation. What is it about your buyer's consultation that makes you stand out? How do you go through that flow? When you're doing the buyer's consultation, how are you setting up comps, disclosures, RPA review? Are you walking them through a thorough process? Are they leaving that presentation with you saying, God damn, Tony, that was so fire. I appreciate that we are crystal clear. 2 other categories. My pre-listing appointment. If Lucy was to get a listing appointment right now, what is she doing to set the stage for when she actually goes to that listing appointment tomorrow at 5 p.m.? Has she sent them something? Has she sent a courier over with the box of information? Has she dropped off an envelope of comps and recent sales in that area and some information about her? Has she sent them the video? Has she sent them the high note? Like, what is her pre-listing? And then when you're on that listing appointment, what are some of the key differentiators in your actual presentation that are creating a heightened experience? When we talk about this, because it's super important that you guys have a clear understanding of how you are creating a heightened experience. Fuck this. Fuck saying I did a buyer's consultation while we were walking around a property. That is not a buyer's consultation. And if anybody wants to argue with me on that, cool, we'll go rounds. Because here's the thing, that is not a buyer's consultation. How'd you like? You like the room? Cool. Let me tell you about appraisal contingencies. Here's the kitchen. Let me tell you about a loan contingency. Here's the bathroom. You're going to love the backyard. Let me tell you about what EMD is and closing costs. And oh my God, what? That is not a buyer's consultation. That is not creating a consumer experience. So who's going to grab the mic first? 4 categories once again. How are you creating a consumer heightened experience? Lead conversion, buyer consultation, pre-listing appointment, and listing appointment. Who wants to grab the mic first? Choose any of those categories. If you want to choose the same category as somebody else, it's all good, but I want to hear from you guys. Show me how you're running the plays, show your team members, and let's go. Who's going to be the first person to raise their hand? If you don't raise your hand, guess what I get to do? I just get to pick somebody on the screen. Yay. All right. So, all right, well, let's go, man. First off, which category are you going to take?
I'm going to take lead conversion.
All right, cool, man. All right, so you just got a lead. I wanted to see a house that was listed at $750,000. I came to you from Op City or Redfin, you choose. Now you called me. I'm ready to go and see that property. You booked me for the appointment. So now we have some context. What happens now?
Cool. So, I mean, essentially, that's the first piece of a lead hitting your funnel, right? But to have maximum conversion in our system, we've got to get multiple touches and get retargeting on you. So if I have the lead come through the system, they get a personalized video sent to them. They get a professional marketing package. They see the photos.
Hold on, before we go to the professional marketing packages and everything, let's just take piece by piece. When you say every lead that I book an appointment with gets a 1-to-1 video, give me an example. What does that sound like?
So this is, hey, Elias, thank you very much for reaching out. My name is Will. Just wanted to say that you either talked to my assistant or came through our system today. We're looking forward for the opportunity to get to serve you and your family. I really appreciate it. We're sending over some information for you now. Please check out the website. Give me a time that's going to work for our follow-up call, and we'll get it booked and we can meet and have our face-to-face. I want to get you on at least on Zoom so that you have a conversation with me and you feel comfortable with our stuff. You're reviewing our marketing package. And if you click on our website, you're retargeted now. So you go to look at a Yahoo article this afternoon, you're going to see my ads with click-through videos. So we really want to make the impression up front that we are professional. We know our shit. We have a full, entire marketing system and whatnot, so that even if they were to fade into the background, I want you a month from now seeing my real estate ads pop up so that we are getting multiple marketing impressions, as it may take 10 plus to convert you.
So let's back up for a second, just so everyone understands. How are you creating the video? Is it on BombBomb? Is it on Mixmax? How are you creating the video?
So these are all on Vimeo. I hired a marketing company. We shot a series of about 5 different videos. If any of you guys go check out either willistheway.com or luxlistingstahoe.com, and you pull that up in your browser right now, you're going to see the very top of the page, you're going to see a video. It's a video landing page, and it's super professional. It's like a professionally shot commercial, and it talks about, we're going to discuss your real estate portfolio. And it's the most powerful commercial and copy that I've written so far. That's your first look at me as seeing like I've got a professional, like law firm type commercial. So showing that
so hang tight. I'm gonna show this. So as soon as you book somebody for an appointment, you instantly give this to them to come back. So regardless if they are maybe become a nurture lead and someone that you need to follow up in the future, they're instantly getting this. So you already have them in your grasp.
Right. And like click on play just for a second. We don't need to watch the whole thing. Look, I'm asked all the time, what kind of professional do I want to work with? We all know people that sell real estate. We meet them in bars and restaurants all the time. I would advise a client to look for an agent that's going to grow as your portfolio grows and your family grows.
So here's what I like about this, you guys. And obviously you guys can go check that out and make your own variation of, is that Will is future casting the client from the moment that he meets them. When I say future casting, it's not saying, hey, I'm just going to help you with this condo that's listed for $800,000 that's ocean or lakefront. I'm helping you with your portfolio moving forward. And so he's really setting the stage. So back to you, Will. So you booked an appointment. The first thing you do is redirect them to your website. What else happens to create a heightened consumer experience?
So I mean, obviously getting them into the CRM, starting the tracking is what we need on the back end, right? But it's that nurture being sent, you know, the follow-up messages, the calls, the tie-ins. When we're going to meet a client, we try to put together the best experience that we can for them. It's not just showing up to show a home. You know, it may sound simple, but even just weekly follow-up calls or messages asking how they're doing and not tying a message directly to real estate. You know, you may not have them in contract yet. If you do get to spend time with them, as simple as meeting them for coffee or Starbucks first before you show property, to buy them a cup of coffee and a scone, right? When you're representing the buyer, they're really trying to do the very best that you can, making sure that they're with the right lender. If they're just with a lender that they got from some website and whatnot, they're not going to get a really premier experience. You know, putting them with someone that you're comfortable with, letting them know that working with someone that you're familiar with and the closing history that you've had with that person, making them feel nurtured so that you can have a better controlled real estate experience in it also.
Totally.
You know,
I love it.
You're doing a fourplex for someone. Those tend to be very transactional type deals, right? Explaining your investment experience and how you've, you know, helped build a portfolio for someone so that they really feel like they're being cared for is super critical to getting your conversions through.
So let me ask you a question. So you've booked the appointment. We're going to go see a house in Carnelian Bay tomorrow. We're set for 5:30 p.m. Is there something that you do prior to follow up, to set the stage, to send an additional video? Can I get you coffee? What do you like? Is there anything that you do right before and leading up to the appointment as another touch point, follow up, heightened consumer experience?
Yes, there's also videos on representing buyers and whatnot. So I make sure that they get that. What I try not to do is overpower. If I'm doing a showing with you,
yeah,
I'm going to cement that in my first face-to-face with you. You've already gotten a ton of my stuff out of the gate. And if you've ever looked at another property before with another agent, you've gotten way more out of me up front. So I don't want to oversaturate them with data.
Cool.
Once I get the face-to-face, then it's different. And then I start to kind of pour on the love, if you will, as we're developing and harvesting that relationship further down the funnel.
I love it. And here's the thing, you got, and Nias, I'll come to your question in a second. So obviously Will's been doing this for a very long time. Will happens to be our #1 producer in the entire company, but he's still here and he still contributes at a high level. Even if it's as simple as you creating a video, because a lot of times you are just another person on the other end of a call. And how are you separating yourself from, they might have called another lead source. They might have got hooked up with somebody else. And listen, we know that buyers are not loyal sometimes. And so for them to put a face to the name and see Tiger and see how he operates and see his kids in the background or see his Christmas tree, or just get a sense of who is the person I'm actually going to meet, I promise you that will separate you than anybody else that's not. Think about Eric King. Eric King has been a top producer for us for a couple of years now. Every single time you get off the call with Eric King, after he booked you for an appointment from an online lead, he instantly sends you a video. What's going on, Felisa? It's Elias Astuto. Just want to put a face to the name. I'm looking forward to meeting you, your husband, all the kids tomorrow at 123 Main Street. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to hit me up, but I just want to put a face to the name. Looking forward to meeting you. That small little presentation, that small little video, I promise you will separate you. So Will, really, really good stuff. Nias, did you have a question for Will or a contribution?
For Will. Basically, you kind of answered my question a little bit right there. The introduction, like how you said, put a face to the name. Because I was going to ask Will, like, when he's doing that one-on-one video, if it's an actual personal introduction to him, or if it's something like a regular video of introduction that's like set up in like a high note or whatever.
So Nias, there was a program that I signed up for, and I think this was just for like a business coaching product. And what I had never seen before in my career, this dude said, "Hey, what's up, Will? We really appreciate you reaching out through our system. I just wanted to personally tell you that you're important enough for me to take a moment and recognize that you're giving us the time to get to work with you. Really hope that we get to convert you, because it's going to change your business if you just hear what we have to say." So I'm a marketing guy, a marketing major. When I saw that video, I told my assistant, I was like, I've never seen someone take the time to actually address me like that. I don't feel just shot. I know I'm in a funnel, but I don't feel just shot into the funnel. I was like, I actually want to mess with these dudes. So from that point forward, if you're coming through, "Hey, Nias, I just wanted to personally take a moment this morning to say thank you and make sure that you have the name and face," very similar to what Eric Kang is doing. If you have checked it, if you're a buyer, you've probably clicked on multiple real estate websites and you've got 10 or 15 different agents. If you notified 10 or 15 different agents, and let's just say 1/3 of them actually jump on the lead that morning to make an impression on you, none of them are probably doing that. And if they are, it's only 1 or 2. So if you can lay out your shit and through a website and get your reviews all in that text message underneath that video, it's not just the video. What do you do underneath it that shows that you're a professional? Your website, here, check out my reviews, or even, "Hey, check out my last closing that I did. This is exciting stuff. Can't wait to work with you." You're making a deeper impression and really showing your professionalism there, so that you've got that edge and a higher chance of conversion.
Amen. Here's the thing, what happens, you guys, and we're on the conversation of lead conversion. If you hopped on a little bit later, the conversation is, how do you create a heightened consumer experience? We broke it into lead conversion, buyer consultation, pre-listing presentation, and listing presentation. So it's really as easy as this. If you don't want to spend the money on a fancy platform, if you don't have the budget right now, you guys can simply use Mixmax. Mixmax is a Chrome extension. I've been using it for years. It is $9.99 a month. You simply go into Mixmax, you compose a message, and you go into here, this little M here, and it'll allow you to create a video. Well, all you do is you create a video based on, well, let's just see. I'll just show you guys for an example here. Boom. All right, so this goes through, these are tons of different videos that I've sent to people or to you guys at different times, or you simply go in here. It's not gonna let me record one, but you go in here and you create a video. What's going on, Nias? It's Elias Astuto. We just got off the phone. I want to say that I'm looking forward to meeting you, your wife, and the kids tomorrow, 123 Main Street. Also, while we're there, I'm going to show you 2 other properties that fit that same exact criteria to make the best use of your time. Really looking forward to meeting you, but I just want to put a face to the name, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Once again, Elias Astuto, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And that goes there. Now, as soon as you send this video, and I'm always speaking through Mixmax, you get notified. Guess what? Nias has opened your video, has watched it 3 times. Now they get a sense of who you are. They get a sense of what you are all about. They put a face to the name and they know that you're not a stranger. So Will, love your contribution. Thank you. That was wonderful. Who else wants to go next? Lead conversion, buyer consultation, pre-listing or listing. How are you creating a heightened consumer experience in any one of those categories? Somebody go. If not, I'm just going to call on somebody, and don't leave me hanging, you guys. It's all about
Somebody has a hand up. Over there.
I think that was I think that was a
left over.
response from earlier.
I'll go since I'm on here. Let's see, I'll do pre-listing. Same thing, just kind of, I think we can take all the stuff that Will said and recommended and basically have a checklist for each one of these 4 categories, like always having a video, like a personalized video. It's got to be on the standard list. I have some Google Forms that I've created that kind of, you know, I always drive a person there and say, hey, you know, if we can get this, help me help you, help me better understand your needs so that I can better serve you. And so it just kind of takes them through a series of questions, like whether they're a buyer or a seller. I have one for each that just kind of walks them through their goals, their timelines, their budget. Are they pre-approved? What kind of house are they looking for? Do they need a yard? What school's important? On and on and on and on. So that when they, by the time I get that, I'm saying, so, you know, to have that information prior to the face-to-face is really nice, because then you come on understanding what their needs are and you can speak directly to that. So that's just one thing. I'll let some other people talk, but
Right, so that was pre-listing, and I love it. So so a lot of agents do this, and you guys can do this as well. Just create a type form and send it out to your consumer and say, hey, there's a type form that I want you guys to fill out. Just a couple questions so I could better understand your situation. Here's a couple other things that I know that have worked and work currently in our environment and have worked in the past. Sending a pre-listing packet to the consumer, having a courier deliver it, or you go drop it off. Like, hey, you guys, I'm going to be in the neighborhood. I'm actually going to drop off something for you that's going to prep us for tomorrow's meeting at 5 p.m. And inside that beautiful package, whether it's a box or whether it's a package, what Jen did is Jen ordered these really cool customized boxes. Now, if you're not there yet, it's cool for budgetary reasons. I get it, but it is a beautiful package. And this is what they used to do at Climb Real Estate. Chris Lim, the founder of Climb Real Estate, did that for every single listing presentation, would actually have a courier deliver that prior to the listing presentation. Had important information, had the RPA kind of the listing agreement broken down. They had some of the comparables, had some of the reviews, had everything in this beautiful, beautiful presentation. Also doing that in a high note presentation. Here's my high note presentation. And in my high note presentation, it's a video about me. What's going on? It's Will. There's my daughter. Here's my dog. There's the snow. Just want to give you a sense of who I am. Here's some credentials. Here's some past clients that I've helped. Here's my Instagram. And it's nothing about the comps. It's nothing about the residential listing agreement. It's just, hey, get to know me a little bit before I come out. Then when he sends that out, or you guys send that out, guess what the consumer's doing? They look at that. Every single section that they're on, it tells you through high note how long they've spent in each section. So check it out. If you send that and Andrew notices that the client spent 12 minutes watching his video that's only 2 minutes, I think this might be more of an emotional sale. I might need to connect with them a little bit different versus just an analytical sale. So being able to do things prior to you even getting to that table, that's a heightened consumer experience. I love that. Colette, that is amazing. Great contribution. Anything else on the topic? Okay, cool. Awesome. Let's go. Who wants to go next? Here's the four.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you asking me? Oh,
yeah. I was just asking, is there anything
Oh,
else?
I'm sorry. I unmuted because I thought we were moving on. But yeah, definitely high note. I have a really, I think my high note's a living document, so I'm always adding to it, tweaking it around, removing stuff, whatever. So that's definitely a go-to when I do get on the Zoom call, or I definitely have my high note, my CMAs, my comps, my all my stuff like just on a clean screen with just those things, and I can pop back and forth easily. I'm not like trying to find my stuff or whatever. It's all ready to rock. That's
Love it. Absolutely love it. Organization is key. Organization is key. All right, you guys, who else wants to take the mic and share how they're creating a heightened consumer experience? Lead conversion, buyer consultation, pre-listing appointment, or listing appointment. Who wants to rock next? George, you're gonna have to take yourself, put your camera on. Let's get an audio check.
Alrighty, can you hear me?
I can, brother. How are you?
Okay,
Are you
perfect. I'm
shopping for
doing.
me? Listen, I wear large hoodies and I love records. That's it.
I'm buying protein powder at the store right now.
Okay, well, maybe we could have a protein shake later. All right, go.
Yeah, so something I found that's been working for me during this time is I know a lot of people have been saying it's slow, it's slow, it's slow. And then I know a few months back, you kind of drilled in me like, what the hell are you doing? Like, do open houses. So I've been doubling down on doing more open houses. And what I've been finding out is during the open houses, I've actually been pulling a lot more leads lately than I have been from social media. And what I've been noticing is a lot of the people that are coming in, they all have agents, but the conversation that I'm having with them in person, letting them know about different strategies, whether it's to buy down their interest rate or to get seller credit from like the agent or the sellers. And I've noticed I've had buyers that have agents calling me, asking me like, hey, what are those strategies? My agent never told me about those. And then I'm telling them, hey, it's great if you kind of speed date right off the bat with 3 to 4 different lenders, not one lender is the same, because there might be a lender that has access to 55 banks where another has access to over 100 banks and certifications that the other might not. And then I had people at my open house on Saturday with Kuhn, and Kuhn even saw them. They were like, wow, I like that idea. My agent only hooked me up with one person. And then a lot of people were like, can I actually call you? Or actually, I just hired my agent. Like, can I work with you? And that's what I found is adding more value and just educating them on different strategies on how to win during this market. And I've been telling them straight up, like, yo, I bet the news is scaring you, but think about it this way. The news is pretty much paid to create the news that they share with you. And while they're doing that, Wall Street is buying during this time. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to get your rate bought down, maybe come in 50K under asking price and whatnot. And a lot of people are like, oh shit, I had no idea about that. So I've been creating value that way. And then what I found is that before I get to the buyer consultation, I'm doing an intro call and pulling all of the information from them. And then before I get to the buyer consultation, I've been setting them up on Real Scout. And then when I set them up on Real Scout, a couple of days go by and then the buyer consultation happens. And then I already get on the call, and when I'm going through the Real Scout dashboard with them, I'm like, oh, by the way, Elias, I saw you liked these 5 houses on Real Scout that I sent you. Let's go check them out tomorrow. So by the time I'm done with the buyer consultation and they're getting pre-approved, by the time a few days later, like they're already ready to go. And I had that work with one buyer so far, and I've tried the intro call before the buyer consultation with 3 other buyers already. And I feel like it more eases them. It helps them break down the walls rather than kind of just jumping right into the buyer consultation and having them feel like I'm selling them. They feel like I'm getting to know them. And then by the time at the buyer consultation, I feel like they're trusting me a lot more.
Man, I absolutely love this. And I'm glad that you went down the path of creating a consumer experience, a heightened consumer experience at an open house, because there's a lot of things that you can do. 2 things that I've seen work, and this works at a really, really high level, is having the folder of different tools, platforms, programs that are available for consumers right now. They're going to help them with down payment assistance. Also, a folder that do not touch of off-market listings, right? You guys have the convenience of looking in our off-market channel, pulling that up, creating a cool folder. It says off-market listings, please do not touch. Well, wait a minute. What do we want when someone tells us you can't have that, they want to know, well, what is inside of that little booklet? Oh, these are strategies and these are off-market listings that I sent to consumers. Oh, well, we want that. Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and get your email. And now you instantly are able to start some conversation because you're able to hook them with something that you have that they want, because everyone wants an off-market opportunity. Like George was saying, everyone wants to know what all the strategies are that I might be available for in order to get my interest rates down. So George, wonderful, wonderful contribution. I appreciate you, big dog. Otis White, you had your hand up. Was it a question or a new contribution?
New contribution.
All right, big dog, let's hear it.
I was really feeling what George said. That shit was fucking fire. I'll go with the lead generation.
Okay.
For a lot of people, a lot of agents, they try to tend away from Obsidian Realtor. I mean, whatever lead source, I won't just name out them. They tend away because the breakdowns or whatnot. But I think that that's kind of like the ultimate cheat code, because you're already getting a client that wants to hear from a realtor. You're already getting a client who already has a property. So I think that's the biggest thing. Sometimes just as realtors, we either get so happy that we got a sale or we got something. If we don't got nothing, or just another piece to the pie, and we tend to not really listen to our clients. You'll get people that have somebody pre-approved for $750,000 on the call. That doesn't necessarily mean it. What I do is I tell them straight up, I will give you one complimentary showing. You don't have to be pre-approved with me. With almost 90% of other realtors, they want you to have that pre-approval. I find this is my door and my way in. They're not pre-approved. They want this house. So I'll take them to that first house, and with the hopes that they really like this house. If they really like this house, then it's fucking game on. It's game time. Okay, Elias, you really like this house. Your next question to me is going to be, what's next? Great. As we spoke on the phone before we came out today, I told you it was really key that we have this pre-approval, because we don't even know if you can afford this house right now. So then that gets them drummed up. They really want to go. So then I shoot them to the lender. Once they get that pre-approval and then we get that marker, I'm still hoping it comes around for that house, because now pretty much most of my job is already done. I just need to get them in this house if they're pre-approved. We need to crack the code to the listing agent and to the seller. So I kind of use this approach. It's been really working for me. I've closed 2 deals on OpCity, 2 deals on Ojo using this. I feel like we have to give them something, because there's millions of other realtors they can use. If you already set that rapport that you're giving them something, then they're going to expect that, oh, he gave me this lender and we got it pre-approved. So you're gaining that trust through each step. While you do that, you're getting the client really just to go along with everything that you want. So then I come in with the buyer's consultation just to let them know, like, you know, these are your contingencies, but I like to use the word insurance is better, because that really resonate with people, because it's like, oh, I still have this. Because when you're getting a contract with new buyers, they really don't know what the fuck's going on. So when you even show them the timeline, they're still out of there like, oh, what's next? Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that, even as you explained it to them. So it's good to get that buyer's consultation out right then and there. So before you go into contract, they know everything. So they can't come back to you to be like, oh, you didn't tell me this, or you didn't tell me that. So I just think that it's really key to listening from them from the jump. And that's kind of just like a cheat code that I think that's really there for realtors. And the fact that people are still in there on those lead sources mean they really want to buy. You just really got to crack that code. And that's just kind of been my approach to things.
Man, well said, well said. And here's what I take from that, you guys. What's in it for them? You have to be able to list all the things that you're going to do for a client that are complementary services, right? Because at the end of the day, we're not getting paid until they actually close on the phone. But what do? Here is the tour. Here are all of the programs. Here is the strategy. Here are the off-market opportunities. Here is the buyer's consultation, where I get to educate you on everything about the home buying process. Here is the breakdown of disclosures, the breakdown of the comps, the breakdown of all of the reports. Now here's education on the residential purchase agreement. And we're going to go through this line by line before you even sign it. Think about all that value that I just stacked for them to maybe not get the home or not get in the contract. It might take a couple times. I'm doing all of that no matter what, every single time, because I promise you, there are realtors out there right now that rest on their laurels. There's realtors out there that cut out a step and that send the disclosures to the client, be like, let me know if you have any questions. Bullshit. We hop on a call and here's what we do next. We're going to go through all the disclosures. We're going to go through all the comparable sales. We're going to go through all the reports line by line, so you guys know exactly what is in all these reports, right? And you do that And I promise you, there are so many agents out there that don't take those steps. So Otis, bro, I appreciate that. Articulated well. I connect with that. And I understand that what's in it for them. I understand that at a high level. Who else has a contribution, you guys? Lead conversion, buyer consultation, listing or pre-listing. How are we creating a heightened consumer experience for our clients? Who wants to grab the mic? Even if you're
I have a
brand new,
question.
yo,
I have a question. Can I
yeah,
ask a
go ahead.
question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I have some leads from yesterday that I did open house. But the lady was like, one of the ladies was like, I already have a realtor, but she was asking me a whole bunch of questions. And she wanted to know, because it was 2 units, if they both get taxed for property taxes. So I told her, oh, just sign in right here. I know you already have a realtor. I'll send you the disclosures tomorrow. And then kind of, I was gonna just check in on her, but what I'm hearing is it's better to like send her the disclosure and then go through it with her. But what she said, she already has a realtor. Should I still do all of that?
No, no, no,
Or
no. So I don't want you to miss the point here, Adriana. Adriana, is when the point is when you have actually a consumer that you're going to start working with, when they want to potentially write an offer on a subject property, you are then going to sit on a Zoom call with them or in person and go through every single disclosure and every single report with the client. That is,
oh, okay.
yeah. But
I
in
haven't
the
gone
case
there
this-
yet.
this lady has some questions, I would most certainly follow up with her and answer her questions 100%. Like that should be first priority before noon today, is that you follow up with her and answer her questions.
Okay, I will.
And she might not just take your information. It's okay. You're the one that's going to rise above and make sure that you answer her questions.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm gonna do that. Also, there is another, okay, so I don't do any of that until they like say, oh, I want to work with you specifically, right?
Here's the thing, they may not just come out and say that. What you do is you provide value on value on value, and you beat and you smoke the competition because you gave them so much value. You'll know
Okay.
when someone wants to work with you, right? You'll know when you have a consumer.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, thank
Awesome.
you.
Congrats on getting leads yesterday.
Thank you.
Awesome. Tiger Webster, let's hear from you, big dog. And Adrian, I'm going to mute you because I hear baby in the background. All right, perfect.
Okay, I'm just getting started. Good morning, everybody. Mine will be real quick, real short. So basically, during an open house a couple days ago, had a lady come in. She was already working with a realtor, and I've kind of detached myself from the outcome, but just wanted to give her a heightened experience. She had some questions on the condo, if she could put a washer and dryer, plumbing, electrical, is that approved with the HOA? So I found out her answer. She couldn't get approved for that, but said, hey, here's an electrician and here's a plumber. If you want to take this information, whatever property that you look at, you could work with your realtor on that. So I wanted to just show her that I was here to serve her. And I'm detached from the outcome of me being her realtor. But like you said, Elias, just wanting to add value, and maybe she decides to switch over with me right now. Maybe down the line, she's like, wow, my other realtor is dragging their feet, not following up. But here, Tiger's already given me 2 different vendors and found out information about the HOA within a couple of hours after leaving the open house. So I'm just in the beginning stages, but that's all I got so far.
Good, man. And I love that. And well said. And I appreciate your contribution. When you have a client that that says I have an agent, well, cool. So I'm always in the loop on new properties that are hitting the market, particularly in this building, and we're part of the largest team in the Bay Area. If I find a home that fits your budget, fits your criteria, do you want me to send that to you, or do you want me to send that to your agent? Oh, no, you can send that to me. Okay, perfect. I'm going to set you up on something called Real Scout. It's going to give you real-time information. So if you ever see a house like it, it gives me information on the back end, and I can answer any questions about that. What's your email? And so like I've diffused that Oh, I have an agent. Well, cool. Awesome. Well, if I find properties that fit your same criteria, do you want me to send that to you or do you want me to send that to your agent? Oh, no, no, send that to me. Okay, perfect. What's the best email? Now I have their email. And now I'm going to do is stack them with value and value and value. And guess what? You are the hero because you're the one that's going to outshine. Based on your training, what you'll learn here, man, you'll outshine. I promise you. We'll run laps and run circles around the competition because we don't care. All we do is we know that we create this heightened consumer experience. You guys, there's a reason why I do labor the buyer's presentation. A, I want you guys to know it, but B, it creates a platform for you guys to grow. How many of you have ever done a buyer's presentation and your consumer said, thank you so much for all this information. My last realtor didn't do that. Has that ever happened to anybody on this call? It happens left and right. And then you share the slide deck with them. And then if you have any questions, let me know, right? And then you hop on another call and review disclosures, another call to review comps, another one to go over the residential purchase agreement. Like, damn, Otis, you have gone through all of this for us. Absolutely. That's what I do with all my consumers. Guess who they're gonna start? They're gonna tell it, my realtor did this, my realtor did that. My realtor brought over a package the night before, even before he even saw the home. Damn, heightened consumer experience, right? We're not out there to show homes. We're not out there to open doors. If we're talking about buyers, we're out there to create a consumer experience that's next level, right? I saw, I don't know who's, I think it was Will and Roxanne. Can you guys imagine just knowing Will and Roxanne? Can you imagine walking into their open house? Do you think that there's some level of heightened consumer experience when you walk in there? The way they're dressed, their food, their presentation, their champagne, the music, the smell, and oh my God, come on in. It's the same thing, you guys. That's why we're talking about this. All right, cool. We have time for one more. Anybody else have one more contribution on this conversation? Armando, let's hear, big dog. What's up?
Elias, thanks for having me on, brother. So many nuggets. Been taking notes like crazy and excited to be part of this call. A big pillar for me this year that's helped me a lot is expired listings. I've been calling a lot on expired listings this year. Taken 4 listings and double-ended one, got a buyer from another one. And so I know they're a little bit scary to do, sometimes, it's a little frightening, but if you just bang out the first few calls that you can get over the fear. There's a lot of value and a lot of opportunities within those expired listings. And my approach with those those appointments, when I go to set the appointments, is always to share information with them. I'm not the hard closer, close over the phone. All I'm looking to do when I talk to these people is get in front of them, share info on how I've been able to help other people in their situation sell their property. And so that's been huge for me this year. Being able to pick up listings, get buyers from the listings, and kind of take my business to the next level. So I just wanted to share that real quick.
Let me pause you for a second, because once a listing goes expired, now the wave of agents are calling these people. So there's got to be something that you do differently to book the appointment. What is that?
Well, I like to pick on what exactly went wrong. So I call, just share who I am, open up the conversation about what exactly happened with that listing. So I seen your property was on the market for over 60 days. What happened? Open up that conversation.
I don't think my agent marketed it, and I think it's just the interest rates.
I can appreciate that, Elias. It's a beautiful property. I've actually sold several in the area. What has you thinking about selling?
We wanted to move to Arizona.
Wanted to move to Arizona. I can appreciate that. What's so important about Arizona, Elias?
Grandbaby lives out there.
Grandbaby. Oh, that's awesome, man. How old is it? Boy or girl?
Boy, 5 years old.
5 years old. Congratulations, man. You must be very excited.
I am.
That's awesome. First one or?
First one.
First one. Great. And I mean, Elias, tell me more about that. Why is that so important in you getting to Arizona to be with your grandbaby?
Still want to miss him raising him or growing up.
Yeah, you want to miss, the baby growing up. I can totally understand that. It's important moments that you're probably never going to get back. And then I'll just kind of try to dig more on that and move it to the next phase.
You guys, the script and whether or not you guys know it or not or identify with it, the way that he's approaching that conversation, it is in the sales mastery. It is like spot on. But there's a sense of like empathy when I'm talking to you, to where like I feel like I want to continue the conversation on because of the questions that you asked. So we could probably do a whole segment on that.
Yeah.
But something you are doing is creating a consumer experience that's heightened to get the appointment. And then obviously based on the appointment, you are getting the listing. So if you can kind of bottle it to 3 things that you do while you're on the listing appointment to actually get a signed listing agreement.
While I'm on the actual appointment.
Yep.
Timeline, motivation, location, I try to get that information prior to going on. I try to understand their situation as far as why they're moving, what their time frame looks like, where they're going. And I just reiterate all that while I go to the appointment. This guy actually listened. Like I take notes when I'm on these calls, and people feel that I'm actually listening to them. That's something a lot of people don't do these days. They just want to go for the sale, go for the close. I really try to build that rapport, build that empathy, as you called it, and really connect with these people. So that's been the biggest thing for me.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. NLP. There's just a level of connection I could hear when you speak that you guys, I know we're talking about tools, about resources, about off market, about programs, all the things that are all good and well, but you guys can create a heightened consumer experience with the way that you connect with a human being. Right? Like that is in the most granular of this whole entire conversation. Like when you think about how do you truly connect with other human beings, is that a heightened experience? Because I promise you, when I'm working with the consumer, they feel like my eyes are closed to the world and I am locked in with those people for the time that I'm working with them. Like nothing else matters. That is a heightened consumer experience, you guys. Like when I'm on a call with somebody, with you guys, like it's nothing matters except for what is going on right here. Are you creating that for your consumer? Are you answering phone calls? Are you looking at text messages? Are you 100% engaged with them? Do you identify with things that maybe is a commonality? You love their house. You hate their house. You think it's dog shit. Like be honest with them, bring them in, build a strong relationship with people. That's how you're going to heighten some, just on a granular term. But man, Armando, for first contribution, bro, that was fire. Let's do this. Let's go around the room. A couple key takeaways before we head out for the day. Let's go to Griselda. Griselda, key takeaways from today's sesh. Come on, Boomer, you're muted.
Sorry, it's been a minute. Sorry about that. I really love what Will said about the video. It's something that I've been thinking about, and I'm just trying to figure out what that looks like. I'm like, is it through a text? But then, you talked about the mix match or whatever that app was called. But yeah, I think the high touch and connecting with your consumer is going to take you to the next level. So thank you guys so much for sharing. I took a lot of notes.
And Griselda, don't even think about it. Whether it's a text message, whether it's bonbon, whether it's mixed match, whatever it is, just send the video out. It doesn't have to be perfect. I could literally be in my car and just like, what's going on? It's Elias, just got off the phone with you, looking forward to meeting you. It's literally that simple, as long as they get the video from you. It doesn't have to be polished, doesn't have to be super, super like over edited. It just has to be real.
Got it. Thank you.
Love it. Appreciate you. Thanks for being on. Let's go over to V. Key takeaways from today's time together.
Well, I think it's just basically straight, like making sure you do the action and keeping it simple. Oftentimes we think about all these different things that we have to do, and we start to think about all of the different things and excuses to not let us want to do it or move forward. So I think it's all about simplicity and keep it simple, keep going.
Totally. Absolutely. You guys should have a generalized text template that you keep in your notes, that every single time you get off the phone with somebody, you send that in a text message with the video, and have a template that you send to people. All you have to do is change their name, but like that should just be on autopilot. What's going on, Griselda? It's Elias Astuto. Just got off the phone with you. Looking forward to meeting you and your wife or your husband tomorrow and the kids. Like there should be a cadence to that. And it's really, really easy. And I promise you, you're going to separate yourself from other people that are not doing this. Let's go over to Steffi. Steffi, bring us home. Key takeaways from today's time together.
Hello, everyone. I think my key takeaway today is to not be afraid to get personal with your clients. I think at the end of the day, we have to remember that these are individuals who would, respond well if we treat them such like as human beings, as individuals. So don't come across as salesy and be genuinely interested in their life, either it be a part of their home buying process or not. Because that really shows, your authenticity and how much you care about them as a person. But if you don't genuinely care, it's gonna show. So I think if you start genuinely caring about people, that's going to translate into your business in a much better way.
Love it. Love it. Steffi, really good stuff. I appreciate compassion without action. It's just observation. Ooh, I love that. I've never heard that before. Steffi, great stuff. And Steffi, great job on video in the last week. You've just continued to create and create more. Before we close out, Will had a special guest that he wanted to introduce, and we'll say hellos and goodbyes.
Hey, everybody. I also wanted to take the time to introduce one of my mentors and very good friends, James Lees, who was one of the top salespeople and real estate educators in the entire country when we met years ago, and his lovely wife, Lisa, who's an EXP agent right now and may be coming over to work with us at FAST. So this morning was their first experience into our methodology and how we come together as a unit. So I'd love to have them introduce themselves.
Hi, you guys. Thanks for being here. Key takeaways, anything that you heard that resonated?
All right.
Oh, I love the whole idea of making the video, like the introduction video, and really solidifying that relationship with the client. That's just some great key takeaways there. So thank you.
How about for you, James? You got tons of experience in this space, brother. Welcome. And what about you, man? Key takeaways from our time together today.
Real quick one was the personal touch. I got, Facebook ads coming through, and over the weekend, there were so many leads came in through Facebook Messenger, adding that personal touch. And since I'm heading up to Squaw going skiing again, I'm going to do a quick video for every one of them and, make that personal touch is more of a, hey, you know what? It's great to connect with you. And then the back end systems, once they're in the system, then the system doesn't work. So.
Love it. Love it. Well, enjoy Squaw. The snow is perfect right now. Like, I'm envious. I lived in Tahoe for 11 years, so I'm envious. But you guys, nonetheless, have a great day. If you have an opportunity, go to my stories, watch that video about champions and how they were prepping the coach. I thought it was a really powerful speech. But you guys know what to do. Go out there and take action this week. I would sit, if you have not already, and create 50 one-to-one videos, just wishing people a happy holiday season, sending some love, sending some light. And remember what I said yesterday, there's some people out there that just need some sensitivity from you right now. There's some people out there, and I know there's people on the call right now that are missing people. So it's the time of the year where we're not only having joy for the people that were in our lives, but there's some people that are experiencing loss. And so be sensitive, give love, give light, share with somebody a thought, a memory, give them a hug, send them something cool if you can. But this is a time where we got to be sensitive to the people around us because we're all going through our stuff and it's hard on a lot of us. So be aware of that, be conscious of that. And as always, you guys keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and visions, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. I appreciate you all.